As you can see, I am in the report section of Cliniceo, and in the report section, there are lot many Excel sheets and data points which are available at your disposal. And data is everywhere, but real power lies in what you do with it. At Cliniceo, our clinics have started recording their data like never before, and now it's time to unlock its full potential. With our new analytics tool, clinics are discovering insights that fuel growth, performance, and smart decisions every day. Let's have a look at the tool. Once you click on the analytics tab in the clinic section, that is the third tab of your Cliniceo login, you will see the basic version of analytics, which is a part of each and every login. However, now at special request, we can also enable either the pro or the enterprise section. Now, if you have a limited data and if you just want to see few permutations and combinations of your data, then Pro is more than enough for you to start with and make some really meaningful insights out of your already available data. However, if you are a multi-chain clinic and you have a lot of data, then we would strongly suggest that you can opt for enterprise model, because that gives you a lot of liberty in terms of making many permutations and combinations, basically analyzing your data from many angles. Let's look at the pro section first. So what I have done is I have pre-populated the data for the last quarter in this demo account, wherein you can choose from various revenue options like Facebook ads, Google's, and everything. And similarly, you can also look at different procedures, which procedure has given you how much of revenue, and similarly the clinic members. Now let's look at few of the widgets which are going to really help you understand how you can analyze your data better. Let's look at this, wherein the first widget says about appointment summary by sources. Basically, it is telling you that you had 1600 plus appointments, out of which this is the breakup. From social media, you got this much, from client referrals, this much, from Facebook, 10, from walk-in, 13, and from others, 1500. So this is basically for procedures, and similarly for consultations and counselings. If you move to the second widget, which is appointment summary by status. So just to give you an example, if you want to simply have a look at all the cancelled appointments out of the total, so you can have a look at, okay, these many procedures were cancelled. If you want to have a comparison, then you can click on the other legends as well. This will give you a nice comparison of how many appointments in the procedure sections were scheduled, cancelled, completed, and total. Now coming to the another section where you would like to understand what are the top performing procedures in your clinic. So let's say at the face of it, laser hair removal looks to be the top, and rightly so. It has got 178 sessions and total payment received is close to 1 million. So this gives you a very nice understanding of which procedure is performing the best in your clinic. If you want to apply a quick filter, you can also apply it like this, wherein you can just analyze or see one section. Isn't it very easy for you to really have a look at the data the way you want to, especially the top performing procedures? Another very important and exciting section is the employee utility. Let's say you want to know Dr. Sarkar has spent how many number of hours in the clinic. In this case, 639. out of which she has spent 378.3 hours on procedures and rest on consultations. So you can well appreciate how easily and quickly the system is able to throw very useful and important data, which is the employee utility. So likewise, you can also analyze the MTD, which is month to date performance of your therapists. So in this case, it's a quarter performance, the category wise performance of each and every therapist. So basically, therapist 3 has performed skincare category 157 procedures and body and anti-aging category 32 and 10 procedures respectively. And last, it also shows you the revenue appointment wise, which means out of consultations, how much you could generate, and out of clinic procedures, how much you could generate, and out of counselings, how much. So this is the pro section of Cliniceo. So once you get it activated, you will come to know that you can apply many filters and you will be able to make more meaning out of your existing data. So let's dive into the most detailed part of Cliniceo's analytics, the enterprise section. As the name suggests, this is where things get really comprehensive. It's packed with insights that let you slice and dice your data in pretty much any way you want. Perfect for making smarter business decisions. Now, once you subscribe to the enterprise feature, you will notice a new enterprise tab next to your basic tab. Click on it, and this is the kind of dashboard that will open up. The first thing you will land on this is the general tab. But before we jump into that, let's quickly talk about the filters. You will see this little arrow on the screen. Click on it and a whole bunch of filters option will open up. You can filter by date range, staff member, procedure name, patient status, whether new or existing, and even by the branch name if you have multiple clinics. So apply the filters as per your requirement and you are good to go. Once you have applied your filters, just tap on the backward arrow to collapse the panel and boom, you are back to a full screen view. On the General tab, you will get a snapshot of your clinic's pulse. First of all, you will see the status of appointments, how many are scheduled, how many are completed, and how many are cancelled. And what's so cool is it shows this separately for procedures and consultations. And right below there is a detailed day-wise revenue graph. It shows you exactly how much revenue you generated each day over the quarter. So you will easily spot your good days and your slow days here. Now let's move into the appointment analysis section. You will come across a really handy table called member-wise monthly procedure sessions. It tells you how many procedures each team member has performed month on month, whether doctors, therapists, or technicians. So if you calculate incentives, you are going to love how easy this makes it for you. Then there is the doctor's monthly consultations pivot table. It simply shows you how many consultations each doctor has done. And again, you can filter it by branch or individual doctor. Next up, revenue. The lifeline of your clinic. First, you have the daily revenue chart for any date range you choose. This helps you spot patterns like why certain days have lower revenue and take action wherever needed. Then there is monthly revenue comparison. It gives you a clean, high-level view of how your clinic is performing month on month. And then one of my favorite parts is the new versus existing pivot table. It shows you how much revenue is coming from brand new patients versus your loyal existing ones. Super useful for marketing and retention strategies. Revenue table, patient-wise. This one is a hit with a lot of users. It shows exactly how much each patient has spent at your clinic till date. This is the gold if you want to segment your patients and run specialized, personalized loyalty campaigns. And of course, you have the month-wise revenue graph where you can see how much revenue is generated, broken down between consultations and procedures. Members and patient management. Almost there. The prescribed versus converted raw table is a great one for understanding conversions effectiveness. Basically, you can find out which doctors or counselor are best at converting recommendations into actual paid procedures. Finally, there is a prescribed procedures versus conversion table. This helps you see which treatments are being accepted more easily by patients and which ones might need a different sales strategy or more education. So that was a quick walkthrough of the enterprise analytics section. It is designed to give you real actionable data, not just numbers, so you can run a smarter, profitable clinic. Now, you can discuss it with the Cliniceo representative. And if you are going for enterprise model, and in case you want to have more customized and required tabs by your clinic, we can discuss and bring those widgets under this new tab title. Thank you.